Hello everyone, I am Julian Morris with the Channel 5 News. In the headlines, Dominica welcomes its first cohort of Peace Corps volunteers since Hurricane Maria. 21 additional families receive keys to new homes in Bellevue-Chopin, and businesses affiliated to Melissa Skerritt family boycott Suki's after his public comments this week. The details coming up.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
Dominica has welcomed the first group of Peace Corps volunteers since the passage of Hurricane Maria almost 2 years ago. Andrea Louis has a report.
The 91st group of Peace Corps volunteers to the Eastern Caribbean was sworn in on Friday. 7 American citizens will spend the next 2 years in Dominica assisting the school's literacy program from grades K to 3. Minister for Foreign Affairs Francine Barron says the contribution of Peace Corps volunteers to Dominica cannot go unnoticed.
Over the years, the United States Peace Corps contribution to Dominica has been primarily in the field of education. However, the Peace Corps has also worked in the areas of small business development, the environment, information technology, youth development, gender affairs, community development, agriculture, sports, music, science, and health education and nutrition. Excellency, we would like to encourage you to expand cooperation into those other fields as well. We have taken on the monumentous task of making Dominica the first climate resilient nation in the world. This requires us, among other things, to build resilience not only in our physical infrastructure, but in our social and economic sectors as well. The expertise that can be brought to bear to achieve that goal is something that we will bring forward to you for your consideration.
Barron hopes to see the relationship between the two countries continue to grow and develop through the Peace Corps volunteers.
Dominica has enjoyed a very strong friendship and relationship with the United States for many years. We have collaborated on many matters, and we are pleased that you are here to strengthen that collaboration between our two countries. Madam Ambassador, the government and people of the Commonwealth of Dominica are indeed grateful to the United States Peace Corps Service and the United States Peace Corps volunteers for the continued dedicated service for the past 52 years to our country. And we are also pleased for your advocacy and efforts on our behalf to ensure that this group of young people can be in Dominica today to assist us in the field of literacy.
Peace Corps volunteers have been assisting Dominica since 1967. United States Ambassador to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean, Linda Tagliatella, is optimistic this program will continue throughout the years.
Peace Corps is committed to to our work with the people of Dominica, and we look forward to further strengthening our partnership. 20 volunteers left during Hurricane Maria, and a few came back and stayed a little while, but again, they left. 5 were able to return. They helped in the rebuilding of Dominica, but we are truly pleased to have this cohort come back to Dominica to serve in the schools. And next year we plan on having another cohort come back who will begin to work on the school year 2020.
In August 2017, 19 Peace Corps volunteers officially started their stint in Dominica. The group left Ireland shortly after the passage of Hurricane Maria.
Meantime, the newly sworn-in Peace Corps volunteers pledged to use their skill sets in other areas to help the schools in which they have been assigned. The 7 individuals have taken up residence in communities around the country to help develop the literacy skills of children in those areas. The volunteers have been placed with families in Thibault, Woodford Hill, Benz, Point Michel, the Kalinago Territory, Penville and Castle Bruce. Kayla Johnson from California will be working at the Benz Primary School.
At the end of the day, after the 2 years, I just hope to make a positive impact of the children of Dominica. I don't have specific goals because you never know what will happen, but I hope that at the end it will all be positive. I do have a background in studio art, so specifically with my school, the Benz Primary School, they did say that they wanted to they wanted to improve the aesthetics of the building, and so because I have a background in art, I know that it will be a perfect collaboration and a perfect setup for me.
She hopes to gain a lot during her stint in Dominica.
I hope to gain in terms of professionally and personally. I hope to grow a lot. Dominica, I mean, already I've learned so much just even about hospitality. Like, the people of Dominica have welcomed us with open arms, and even after the hurricane, people are always so willing to help out and to make us feel so welcome. So I'm learning already so much, and it's only been 2 weeks.
And Austin Taylor from Long Beach, California, who has been placed in Point Michel, hopes to be well versed in the Creole language by the time he leaves the country.
I definitely hope to be able to speak Creole almost fluently. I would really love to learn the language more. And also learn to be as resilient as the people of Dominica, as you all have been able to bounce back and recover since hurricanes. So definitely learn to be as resilient as you all.
He also has other ideas in mind on how to help children in the St. Luke's Primary School.
During my 2 years here, I really want to help my local community, Point Michel, with English literacy, help improving the levels of English literacy, and really help make sure the kids enjoy reading and really want to continue it and grow and do it on their own as well. Outside of education, I have experience with digitalization. So when it comes to like documentation, I've actually talked to Mr. Raymond, works in the archives, and maybe helping with digitalization of the country's historical documents and different documents of the country.
In other news now, 21 Piritsavan families who received the keys to their new homes in Belleville-Chopin on Thursday have been assured they will receive their certificate of title. The house keys were presented as part of a town hall meeting in Belleville-Chopin Thursday evening. Reassurances from the Prime Minister that residents will ultimately own their homes was in direct response to critics of the government who have said that these Piritsavan residents did not own the houses that they now occupy. To date, 198 housing units have been handed over to displaced residents. A further 200 plus units remain to be allocated. A community center, sporting facilities and farmers market are among the main amenities which will form part of the new modern community. You are watching Channel 5 News. More when we return.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
L'année tout partout. Attention si vous êtes homme et bien femme. Visitez place santé pour examiner corps. Ça c'est un nid pour yo wè si la ni pièce moun au lion qui ni maladie TB et ben maladie sexuelle. En compagnie moun qui ni maladie HIV pe ni TB aussi, savent qui la ni guérison pour TB. Ou sa vivre en bonne santé même si ou ni maladie HIV. Parlez by docteur ou, prend responsabilité ou. Aidez du bout de maladie TB et HIV. Ou agir tout le monde pour examiner corps yo.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Dominica's secondary schools continue to do well in regional exams. Here again is Andrea Louis with a report.
The Castleboro Secondary School, which produced 10 of the top 46 CSEC performers this year, also had a record performance in the Caribbean Certificate of Secondary Level Competence CCSLC exams. 10 secondary schools fielded candidates in 6 subject areas of the CCSLC.
In terms of performance, from 3 students at 8 out of the 10 schools sat the CCSLC English exam. All schools were successful and obtained an 85 to 100% pass. Only the Dominica Community High School obtained a 100% pass. Congratulations. CCSLC Math performance, 8 out of 10 schools sat CCSLC Math in 2019 as well. The Castleboro Secondary School outperformed the rest of the schools with a whopping 96% pass. The Northeast Comprehensive School, Goodwill Secondary School, and Pierre Charles Secondary School did an excellent job at math, being awarded 89.1%, 88.5%, and 87.2% respectively.
History was made when Cody Moise of the Pierre Charles Secondary School became the first student to get a grade 2 in visual arts in the 7 years of that subject being offered. Celestine says Dominica has continued to perform well in the technical and vocational subject areas.
In terms of the TVET-related subjects, the technical and vocational education and training subjects continue to perform well year after year. 5 out of the 6 TVET subjects obtained 90 to 100% pass. Family and resource management is trailing closely behind with an overall 86.7%. Food, nutrition, and health has maintained its overall of 100% pass. And finally, the CVQ results. A total of 7 students of the Goodwill Secondary School were entered for the 2019 CVQ in garment production, 2 males and 5 females. All 7 candidates are deemed competent in CVQ garment production level 1 and will be awarded by CXC.
Dominica also made provision for special needs candidates who did well at the regional exams.
This year at the 2019 exams, we had 2 students with special needs who wrote the exam and did very, very well in the mainstream classrooms. We have Sean George of the Orion Academy. He attempted 6 subjects and he was successful in 4 out of the 6 are visually impaired candidates. Wonderful job. Yes, and we provided support for him to do his exams. And also we had Ricky Barry at the Castleboro Secondary School. He also attempted 6 subjects and was successful at 5. And he has a hearing impairment and he survived well throughout the mainstream classroom.
In other news now, the Dominica Labour Party will formally launch Dr. Addis King as the party's 2020 candidate for the St. Joseph constituency this weekend. Prime Minister and leader of the Dominica Labour Party, Roosevelt Skerritt, told last weekend's launch of Gregory Riviere in Marigot that he would be accelerating the launch of the remaining DLP candidates. Party supporters energized from last Sunday's launch of Gregory Revere in Marigot have been anticipating huge crowds in St. Joseph this weekend for the launch of Dr. King. Dr. King's launching on Sunday will be followed 2 weeks later by the launch of the candidate for the Salibia constituency on the 8th of September. Dr. King is expected to replace current Parliamentary Representative Kelva Daru, who has announced that he will not contest the 2020 general election.
Here you have a medical doctor, one who has specialized.
Yes.
And she is now coming back to serve her community and her constituency at that capacity. She could have gotten any job anywhere in the Caribbean. But no, Dr. King made a personal decision and a personal sacrifice to come back and give back to St. Joseph and the constituency by extension. And I think this is one of the things that separates her from her competition. Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, Daryl, when someone makes a sacrifice like that, I mean, it says a lot about the person's character. It says a lot about the person's love for people. And it says a lot about the person wanting to see other people improve on their lives. Because she could have sat back and said, you know what? I'm a doctor. I'm a trained medical doctor. I'll specialize. I don't need this thing. She could have said that. But no, she has taken the chance, come forward, presented herself, and now is ready to represent the people of St. Joseph.
And the fallout from statements by businessman Herbert Suki Winston about the Prime Minister's wife continued to unravel on Friday with an announced boycott of his bread and gas services. The Prime Minister's wife posted this message on Facebook indicating that her family had been left with no choice but to find a new supply of bread and gas for her school feeding programs. Mrs. Kerrit, who is also the DLP candidate for Roseau Central, says all affiliated businesses such as those run by her family and friends have followed suit. She said, quote, "The reckless, misdirected comments on radio have betrayed the loyalty we have shown to that businessman over the years," end quote. In his defense of the opposition leader this week, Mr. Winston said this to Q95's Hot Seat, hosted by Matt Peltier.
It took me, sir, as a baker, put it this way, to contribute to your first vehicle that was bought for you, not by you, but for you. Let me just say so. I will not go further. And let me just tell you, the next time you challenge anyone on a point of education, I would like you to bring forth your closest companionship, bring forth your wife, and put her right forward, and we will deal with what education is all about.
Winston was responding to a statement by Prime Minister Kerrit that there ought to be minimum requirements for those seeking to be Prime Minister.
I want each of you to leave here this evening and go and research the educational, professional, and community service background of Mr. Lennox Linton. Check out his qualifications for the job he seeks. What are your views on the minimum eligibility requirements for the job Mr. Linton says he wants? I am talking to every Dominican tonight. Every single person within earshot of me right now, I am speaking to you. You are Dominican. You are the employer of the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Dominica. What qualities would you like in a Prime Minister? What type of work experience would you like your Prime Minister to have? What do you think should be a Prime Minister's minimum educational background? And if a person is coming back to you after 5 years in your employ, it is incumbent upon you to examine the performance record in the job.
A new in-home experience is here. All your services bundled into one simple plan. Faster, more reliable Wi-Fi so that you can binge, play, and stream uninterrupted. Unlimited Flow local landline minutes mean you can talk and talk and talk. Plus the best in TV entertainment with over 120 channels and 29 in HD. All for $160 a month with the new all-in bundle. With Flow, it only gets better.
Here are some tips to reduce mosquito presence in and around your home. Keep water storage containers properly covered. Remove containers that can collect water from your surroundings. Keep garbage bins tightly covered. Pick up your litter and remove all tires from your yard. Keep gutters free of leaves and twigs to prevent stagnant water. Prevent Zika, dengue, and chikungunya. Fight the bite. This is a public service announcement from the Dominica Red Cross.
This message is supported by Flow.
Flow helps you stay connected to what matters. Simple plans and a better network mean that you can enjoy 7 days of unlimited social messaging, 3 gigabytes of reliable data to use as you like, 700 local anywhere calls and texts, with the always-on prepaid plan, all for $29. Keep your number when you switch to Dominica's most reliable LTE network. Buy wherever you top up. Switch to Flow. It only gets better.
To end the news, a look again at the headlines. Dominica welcomes its first cohort of Peace Corps volunteers since Hurricane Maria. 21 additional families receive keys to new homes in Bellevue-Chopin. And businesses affiliated to Melissa Skeleton family boycott Suki's after his public comments this week. Feel free to contact us at news@marpin2k4.com. You may access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the production team, I am Julian Morris. Thank you for watching. Have a good weekend.